Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be breaking down how to do a cha-cha lockstep correctly. We're going to get right into the video. I just want to remind you to give this video a like and subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss more helpful tips like these. Now let's get dancing. Correctly. As with all the techniques that I offer on this channel, I'm going to break it down in a few different phases from beginner to a little bit more advanced. So I'll start first with the foot placement, then we'll talk about the footwork, and then finally we'll get into the body action. So the thing that we need to know about foot placement when we're doing our lock steps, forward or backward, is that we're going to be walking on 3 different tracks. So I'm going to demonstrate first going forward. So when I walk forward, my first step is going to be stepping directly in front of my other foot. So I go step here. So this is my first track. My second track is going to be crossing behind. So as you can see, both of my feet are visible from the front, which means this is my second track. I want to make sure that I'm not stepping right behind the other foot, because as you can see, that creates a lot of space between my legs. And when we're doing locks on our second step, we always want to be really squeezing our legs together. So again, I have my first track, my second track, and then my third track is going to be uncrossing the front foot so that my hips and my feet are back in neutral. Because what happens is when I cross my foot on that first track, naturally my hips are going to open a little bit. Then when I cross my foot behind, they'll open a little bit more. And then my third step, the goal is to bring my hips back into neutral so that I can then pass my foot either doing a walk or another lock step. So I'll do that one more time. I go first track, second track, third track, first, second, third. So as you can see, I'm doing kind of a gentle swaying back and forth because of the nature of the step. When I'm going backward, same thing. So I go cross, behind the other foot, cross in front. So you see I have my 2 tracks. Both of my feet are visible, and then I'm going to uncross. Then I go cross, cross in front, uncross, step behind, cross, uncross. So this alone is something that takes a little while to get used to. It's kind of a brain teaser at first. So if this is new to you or it feels kind of difficult or confusing, I recommend you stick with this for a while until it becomes second nature before incorporating the next 2 elements. So the next element is going to be our footwork, meaning what surface of our foot we are stepping on. So in my first step, I'm going ball heel. Yeah, so it's important, even though it's fast, that the ball of my foot is the first thing that touches the floor and then the heel. My next step is going to be just the ball of my foot. And any time that I'm doing a step with just the ball, I want to make it very obvious by keeping my heel as high off the ground as possible, then really putting pressure into the ball of that foot. So I go ball, heel, ball. And now, without lowering my back heel, I'm going to straighten my back leg, and the action of straightening that leg without dropping the heel is going to send my front foot forward. And then as I send my front foot forward, I'm going to peel this foot off the ground and then take another ball heel step. So I'll do the whole thing. I go ball heel, ball. Now start to straighten the back knee, ball heel. Okay? When we're moving backward, I'm going to go ball again, heel as high as possible, really putting pressure into the ball of that foot. Then I'm going to bring the whole foot through, boom. avoid, a very common habit, is to go like this on our second step. So what I like to think about is just kind of using the back and the inside edge of the thigh, the back leg, to pull my foot in, and then from here I'm going to straighten my front knee to create my third step. So that last part of the lock should be very gentle. We don't need to add a lot of force. This knee is in front, and it's just going to straighten and send my foot back. So one more time, the whole thing. I go ball. I keep my heel nice and high for that second step. So as you can see, my heel didn't go down. It stayed up, and it comes down on the third step when my front leg straightens and sends my back foot back. Okay? So now we're going to talk about the body action. There's a lot of detailed information that I could give about the lock step, but I'm going to try and make it as basic and concise as possible. So when we're moving forward in our lock step, we're going to apply the same basic idea that we do in all Latin motion, which is our hip is going to stay behind. So whichever foot I'm stepping on, my hip is going in the opposite direction. So if I'm stepping forward on my right, my hip is going to stay back and to the left. Then I step on my left, and my hip is going to go to the right, and then I'm going to step on my right, and my hip goes back with the left. Yeah, so my hip is always going to stay behind. So it looks like this. It stays behind, it comes forward because I'm stepping on the back foot, and then it goes behind. And then I go. It goes behind, it comes forward, it goes behind. It goes behind, it comes forward, it goes behind. When I'm moving backward, I'm going to do the opposite. So I'm going to take my hip with the foot that I'm stepping on, I'm going to bring the hip forward, and then I'm going to take the hip back. So again, I go, the hip goes back with my back foot, it comes forward, and it goes back. And I'll do that facing the camera. So I go back, forward, back, back, forward, back, back, forward, back, back, forward, back. And so those are 3 basic stages of how to get a really nice lock step with Latin motion, nice leg action, and nice footwork. So I encourage you, like all the techniques that I offer, to practice this slowly first, and then gradually increase the speed as you gain more comfort with the step. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to share it with a dancing friend, give it a like, and subscribe to my channel so that you can see more content like this. Until next time, keep dancing.